resignation of Detroit Police Commissioner Brian Ferguson, who allegedly engaged with a sex worker yesterday morning.
And I said, what is this? He said, it's a ticket. I said, okay, for what? And he said, possible solicitation of prostitution. I said, what?
That's Brian Ferguson talking to 7 investigator Ross Jones before resigning as a Detroit Police Commissioner. Ferguson claiming that he only stopped in the area of Schoolcraft and Sorrento around 7 o'clock Wednesday morning to check out a noise he heard in his trunk. And as he was getting back into his vehicle, a woman jumped into his passenger seat.
And I started screaming at her, get the F out of my truck. I was cussing. Get the F out of my truck. Get out right now.
It was far-fetched from the truth.
Detroit Police Commissioner Willie Bell, who is retired DPD, is not buying Ferguson's claims of innocence.
That is just a made-up story. It was not a good story. It didn't happen that way. Not at all. People don't jump into your car. In that situation, he got caught in the act. Simple as that.
Wayne County Sheriff deputies working undercover say they observed Ferguson stop his vehicle to talk to the woman they say is a known prostitute in an area known for prostitution. Investigators say she got in and he drove a short distance before he stopped and they engaged in a sex act.
Then the officers approached the vehicle and made observations from there.
She hollered out, please help me, he's going to kill me. I said, I don't even care. Get out of my trunk.
He never made any claims as to there was a struggle or he was trying to get her out of his vehicle. Several times he asked if he could say something. He identified himself as a Detroit Police Commissioner. Request came out, can you help me with this? Help me out with this.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit y'all another video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all are having a very great week also. My day is going absolutely marvelous. Big shout out to all the channel members, all subscribers of the Trey King Show family, and much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Michigan by way of Detroit. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Michigan, everybody in the great city of Detroit. Now, before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. Now, as you all may know, certain days of the week, we have certain titles for the stories that we're about to do. And today is one of those days. Now, you know, Mondays, we have what? Messy Mondays. Tuesday, we have what? Trifling Tuesdays. Wednesday, what? Wacky Wednesday. And Thursday, yes, we have Thirsty Thursday. And Friday is Freaky Friday. Now, if you hear anybody else using those titles, they got it from the king. Now, since today is Trifling Tuesday, because this is very trifling, what went on in Detroit. And the great city of Detroit deserves way more better than this. And guess what, though? Hopefully, you all can get it very soon. Now, as you all may know and wondering from the title, Trey, who in the hell is Jawbone? Jawbone is a famous prostitute from around that area. Don't ask me how I know, because I've never been to the area. People from there told me about Jawbone and said Jawbone was sucked the skin off that thing. Anyway, now, this is grown folks talk. And you already know what we do with grown folks talk. What I need you all to do right now is get those sweet, precious, bad kids out the room right now so we can see what's really going on in the mind of Brian Ferguson and also the infamous prostitute named Jawbone. Get those kids out the room. Go ahead. Getting better. Anyway, hopefully those kids out the room by now. If those kids are not out the room by now, tough double D titty. And since today is Trifling Tuesday, guess what? All sides matter. We will accept all sides. Because I am so tired of the itty-bitty titty community getting mad at me. Now, before I start this story, I want to say one thing. Women, I know a lot of you all have it hard putting up with us men. And us men, guess what? Some of us have it hard putting up with some of y'all women also. But one thing about it, women, nobody deserves to be cheated on. Now, as in the case of this story right here, we have a married police commissioner who goes by the name of Brian Ferguson. And Brian Ferguson was called up, yes, last Wednesday, early in the morning, around 7:15 a.m. by undercover narcotic officers who was doing a surveillance of the area. And upon them doing a surveillance of this area, they happened to know the infamous prostitute named Jawbone. And they also noticed that a man was talking to Jawbone. Now, the story goes that the prostitute Jawbone got in the vehicle with Police Commissioner Brian Ferguson. And just like a lot of other people do, a lot of Johns and tricks, they go park somewhere else. So the undercover officers happen to follow this vehicle that Brian Ferguson was in. Now, I'm not sure what kind of vehicle he was in. They never stated what kind of vehicle he was in. But they say they seen Brian Ferguson park that vehicle, and guess what? And Jawbone went to work on him. And that's when they walked right up to him, tapped the glass. Yes. And Brian Ferguson gave them all kinds of excuses. Excuse number one, he said, and I said, what is this? He said, it's a ticket. I said, okay, for what? As if like he ain't do a damn thing. Don't you all see this? And then he goes on to say, and he said possible solicitation of prostitution. I said, what? Now, what is possible solicitation? Either you're messing with the prostitute, or you got your thing in her mouth, or you just talking to the prostitute. But how do you have a possible solicitation? So evidently, Police Commissioner Brian Ferguson didn't know when to quit. Now, that was the first lie. Now, here's the second lie right here. He goes on to say, I start screaming at her, get the F out of my truck. I was cussing, get the F out of my truck, get out right now. Now, don't that sound like a damn lie? That's lie number 2 that he was telling the police. Now, lie number 3, he just didn't know when to quit. He goes on to say, she hollering out, please help me. He's going to kill me, as if somebody was trying to kill this woman. And then goes on to say, I said, I don't even care. Get out of my truck. But sir, before I dig deeper into the story, we would really believe that if the police didn't catch you with your pants down involved in the sex act. You cannot sit up here and tell the public that the famous prostitute Jawbone jumped in your vehicle because some guy was trying to kill her. And if that's true also, sir, why didn't you call 911 or just drive the hell off? But why would you put this woman in your vehicle, then go park somewhere else? And guess what? Getting it on. And that's when the police walk right up and guess what? Arrest them. But Brian Ferguson still don't know when to quit. Anyway, we'll break the rest down as I read a snippet from this story. I'm going to read a quick snippet from this story, and I am going to give my opinion. All of it. Surely, as we go, Police Commissioner caught in car with prostitute has bizarre explanation. And you already know what that explanation is. He says this, done talking about it. Like, guess what? I'm done talking about it. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. So anyway, we are. A member of the Detroit Border Police Commissioner who was caught in a car with a prostitute by law enforcement is claiming that the incident is one big misunderstanding. And sir, we could believe that if your pants went down and Jawbone wasn't going to work on you, and she earned that name in the streets. She did not give herself that name. It's not like a lot of these people around here call themselves gangsters and they ain't gangsters. It's not like a lot of people around him call themselves OG and they not OG. No, Jawbone did not name herself. Guess what? The man in the streets named Jawbone. Jawbone had broke up plenty of homes, just like she probably gonna break up this home by the time I'm done with this story. Anyway, let's continue. Now, Wayne County Sheriff's Office say they found Brian Ferguson in his car at about 7:15 a.m. Wednesday in Detroit, engaging in a sex act with a prostitute. Y'all already know her name, Jawbone. The Detroit Free Press reported that undercover narcotics officers were in the area at the time and saw Ferguson and a woman who was known to them. So you already know, if the police know this prostitute, I'm going to say hooker, but if the police know this woman, guess what? The guys in the neighborhood know also. Some of them probably had her. But you have to ask yourself this right here. Why would a married man, a police commissioner, put it all on the line? I guess that's the reason why Jawbone earned her damn name. Because when you see her walk down the street like this, you just want to know one thing, what that mouth do. You get what I'm saying? That's the word for the day. Look at the bottom. What that mouth do. And women, I'm not telling you all to go downtown because I understand you can't go downtown in every city you go to, no matter what SWV something about years ago. But trust me, some of these guys need you all to go downtown on them. And also, fellas, some of these women need you to go down on them because guess what? If you don't, somebody else will. Anyway, somebody got mad, so let's continue. Now, Ferguson has denied all the allegations and said it's all a big misunderstanding. It's very hard to say it's one big misunderstanding in that this prostitute was fearing for her life when you had your penis down her throat. I'm just sorry to say it. I'm going to keep it real just like that. Anyway, let's go and close up because I'm going to get in trouble. Now, this is what Brian Ferguson had to say right here. He says this, I'm done talking about it. That's just not what happened. He told the Detroit Free Press. So I want to know, sir, what did happen? Now, why is you in this area at 7:15 a.m.? And this area is known in Detroit to a lot of people where a lot of crime take place, where a lot of drug dealing goes on, and also murders and killings, and also prostitution. And the area go by the name of Sorrento and also Schoolcraft. And that's where the police seen Brian Ferguson at engaging in this act with the famous prostitute named Jawbone. But anyway, let's continue because Ferguson is not going to own up to what he done. Ferguson claims that a woman whom he did not know tried to get into his truck on Wednesday morning when law enforcement just pulled up right on me. That's him saying that just pulled right up on me. And they supposed to pull right up on you because, sir, they was watching you. And then you also have one of the officers who ticket you speaking right to the damn news station. So do you think these people are really relying on you, Brian Ferguson? And also, Brian Ferguson had a campaign in Detroit saying we should hold public officials accountable. But guess what, sir? If you really believe that, you wouldn't be out here messing with prostitutes. And then also, you will own up to what you done. And guess what? Just say, look, I made a mistake. I'm going to have to resign. But to sit up here and just tell one lie, that's a slap in the face. And just imagine how your poor wife feels. Miss Ferguson, I don't know how you do it, sister. Anyway, now, Brian Ferguson goes a little deeper. Now he's thinking about his family, but he wasn't thinking about his family when he was involved in this sex act with the famous prostitute named Jawbone. This is what Police Commissioner Brian Ferguson had to say. He says this: "This is rough. This is rough to tell. What's hard to tell, sir? The truth? The truth is never hard to tell." Anyway, he goes on to say, because now I'm going to have this conversation with my family. Well, guess what? You should have thought about all that before you drop your drawers. Ferguson said, adding that he told the deputies that he's a police commissioner and wasn't hiding anything. So if that's the case, sir, why did you resign and why you told a million lies? And also, who is this Jezebel in your damn truck between your legs if you wasn't hiding anything? It sounded like to me, Ferguson, you was hiding a lot of things, but you know what really made this story so sad is the fact that you was a police officer, and also the fact that you was a married man, and also the fact that you had a nerve to come out here and tell the public numerous times, because the people from Detroit have told me that you have had numerous press conferences where you were saying that they should hold city officials accountable. So guess what, sir? We're going to hold you accountable today. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. And women, if you are in the Detroit area between Schoolcraft and also Sorrento, and you got a husband, you better watch him. You better watch him, because Jawbone is not playing. Anyway, once again, thank you all to my channel members for sending me this story, and also to my subscribers. And keep those stories coming. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel and become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed. And men, love the women. And women, love your man. And guess what? If you got to cheat, be by your damn self. Because one thing about it, just imagine if you messing around with these prostitutes and you bring a disease home to your wife. That's a sad situation right there. Anyway, you all stay blessed. And I will see y'all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.